Hey, I'm about to go level up. I cannot settle for nothing. I never been regular. Always knew I could do better. I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back. They didn't see all the time that I put in. I me and the money are way too attached. Still ripping out one line. The city is mine and I put it all on the map. Coming for what I deserve. I put in the work. Now I'm about to level up. Been on my grind since 2013. And the way that I live, I feel like a king. 24 hours, I'm locked in. I'm feeling like Kobe. Getting these rings. Do what I want when I want. Ain't got nobody telling me shit. Still got a whole lot of...
Yes, guys. Welcome to another episode on the Oak Clothing Podcast. And today we have a very special guest, Eman Al Mudhaf, the first female professional MMA fighter in Kuwait and one of the first in the whole region. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Nice.
Thank
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, all good. Good to be home, you know.
Good to be on, man.
Yeah.
Ramadan. How's it?
Yeah, good to see, spend the time with the family and, everybody's fasting here, so it makes it easier as well.
That's true.
How often do you come back to Kuwait?
About every 3-4 months.
Okay,
Depends if I have a
nice.
fight, I would come for a break after the fight.
Yeah.
Or if I have been there for a long time, I would come here for a break as well,
Nice.
Right,
You've
right,
been
so-
living in London for how many years now?
Since I first went in 2017, I was studying over there.
Okay.
So I've been after I studied, came back for a while and then went again.
Nice.
So back and forth until I'm spending most of my time over there.
Nice.
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 So you went to London to study first, then you found the martial
Yes,
arts. Nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how did it start? How did the journey start? It's obviously you went to London, but how did
Yeah.
it start? What happened?
Were you in
Um,
school when you were found out
yeah.
about MMA? And
So it was before MMA. I started doing kickboxing. Actually, the first martial arts I ever did was full contact karate. It
Okay.
was like Kyokushin karate.
nice.
That was really the only option back then. Especially for girls here in Kuwait.
Yes.
It wasn't the same as it is right now.
Yeah.
So I started about when I was 17.
Inshallah.
Okay.
I did that for a few years, competed here locally.
Yeah.
And then after that, the gym closed down and I had to find another place to train. And my coach spoke to one of the Muay Thai kind of kickboxing gyms here in Kuwait. It was one of the best ones at the time.
Nice.
It was for him to take me in because it was obviously all men environment,
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
no girls and it was hard for them to accept girls and everything. But thankfully, he took me in. He treated me as one of the guys,
Nice. Nice.
And I kept going ever since until I went to the UK. I started doing MMA over there,
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. At Great Britain top team or
No, that was before Great Britain Top Team.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice,
because
nice.
GB Top Team, I think it's
Very-
it's in third year now
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
yeah.
But I started with my coach Silvio at London Fight Factory.
Very famous.
Yeah, I still train there.
Yeah.
I train in
Both.
LFF both,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
in the mornings with the Pro Team and GB Top Team.
Nice.
So he's a boxing and a sambo coach.
Okay.
So he has a sambo background.
Mashallah.
That's how I was introduced to MMA. Really, I started doing the sambo classes, and I really enjoyed it. Especially the wrestling part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love wrestling. Now it's
Yeah.
my
I've
favorite
seen,
aspect
what
of
you've
the
done
game.
in wrestling.
And that's how I got into it.
But for those that don't know, both of them gyms you mentioned are two of the most established gyms in London and in the UK. So you're very, to train at them gyms with them athletes, with them coaches,
Definitely.
is blessed.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
I was lucky.
the caliber in the UK,
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
yourself now has gone so much higher.
Yeah.
15 years ago, it was just striking. Now you've got more sambo,
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
wrestlers. So
Definitely.
even the UK is more going grappling based.
Exactly.
And you've seen we've got more champions in the UK now.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards,
Yeah.
All different promotions.
yeah,
as well,
yeah, different
Yeah.
promoters.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leon Edwards going to UFC champion. His
Yeah.
grappling game, it shows that
Yeah.
UK finally is evolving.
Fighters there are going
Yeah.
on its
It was,
own now.
before it was just known, if you're from Europe, if you're from England, you're just strikers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I think lots of guys changed that.
They had
you
to
know?
because there were so many strikers that were going to the
So
UFC.
many,
Yeah.
And
grapplers,
they were losing to grappling.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's going
Now
Well,
they had to
popular
because
now.
we were all losing when they went to
Yeah.
on the world stage. We were losing in wrestling.
yeah.
Awesome strikers.
Yeah.
But then they were I think Dan Hardy,
Yeah.
he was amazing. He fought GSP.
Yeah.
And after that, lost several fights. So it was a bit, but alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So now, so then you moved into Sambo.
Mhm.
Then what made you think, okay, I need to do this MMA?
Yeah,
Good.
so the sambo classes my coach holds at the gym is it's not really with the gi like the classical sambo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He does it's like it's called sambo for MMA. So it's
Okay.
basically kind of nogi. You know, loads
Yeah.
of nogi guys join
Okay.
in as well because it's a lot of grappling, mostly grappling
Okay.
sessions.
Yeah.
So we have guys that compete in jiu-jitsu that join the class
Okay.
for wrestling.
Okay.
So I started doing that, and I heard somewhere that there's an amateur fight. I was like, so I went to the coach and I was like, do you think I can fight? He's like, if you want to, we can make it happen. So,
Nice.
yeah, so that's when he contacted the Fight Star promoters, and yeah, I got a first fight. It was about 3-4 months after I started my first sambo class.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was fast.
yeah, it was. Like
Inshallah.
my first fight, it was like zero grappling. You know, I don't know how I won that, but it's just like
His first fight was also in Fight Star.
Yeah, yeah.
so-
Is it?
So I
Ah,
was checking, I was
nice.
like, no way, we
Yeah.
both did I think my third kickboxing fight was on Fight Star.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's,
with
it's,
Leeds.
it's a really good promotion I did in London.
In
Mine was
London, okay, the
yeah.
one I was in like Leeds,
Yeah.
because they go. Well, it's a really good promotion,
yeah,
really good.
yeah.
But then, so I think you had 2 amateur fights, yes?
Yes.
How was that? How did you find the amateur scene? Like, 'cause obviously, you know, in the UK
Yes,
stuff,
yes.
the UK amateurs are basically pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
like
nice
here-
high level
no,
of,
like, here
Yeah.
it's completely different. Like in
Yeah.
the UK semi-professional, they don't wear shin pads.
Yep.
Okay.
So the amateurs, honestly, they've got 10, 15. They just really very, very, very,
Yeah.
very high level.
Yeah, and loads of
Most-
them have a lot of fights as
Yeah.
well, you know?
Most
Lot
of
of
your fights are like round 1, round 2, and
Yeah,
Mashallah,
I like
that's,
finishes, you know?
yeah,
like-
submissions, knockouts. It's crazy, mashallah.
Yeah, we like said well rounded. We were saying that before. Like
Yeah.
everything was a finish with a different one.
yeah.
So-
Yeah, alhamdulillah, you know?
How did you find that transition from amateur to pro then? Were you
it's
ready,
good,
or is this something you like? Yalla, let's do this.
Yeah, but like you said, in the UK, don't really wear shin pads and all.
Yeah.
The only difference is that there's no knees to the face and no elbows.
Okay.
That's the only difference between the obviously in the 3-minute rounds
yeah.
Okay.
up to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So it was during COVID time. At the time, I was in after they brought us back. Everyone that's abroad, and it was all this 1 month. You know, I don't know, some
Quarantine.
embassy hotel.
Yeah,
It was disaster. You know.
Oh, you were there. You were stuck
Oh yeah,
there
I was
too.
stuck for like almost a month and a half or something over
Damn.
there. Yeah,
No
yeah.
training, nothing.
No,
just-
like some hotel out of nowhere, you know. You have like 1 hour break to just walk in the streets, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
dead street. Nobody's out, you know.
yeah.
And then when I came back here, so I was training with my old coach, kickboxing coach, and at the time, one of my teammates, Abdullah Bashir, he was fighting on UAE Warriors.
yeah.
So they were saying that there was some girl that wanted to fight, and he was asking me if you're interested.
Nice.
It was like 1 month away from the fight as well, you know.
And you didn't train for
And
like
I was
for
not
a
training
while,
really
yeah.
here, you know, especially no grappling. So I was like, "Do you want to take the fight?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" You know.
Yeah.
And I went with Abdullah to have a camp in Dubai because the
Okay.
only place that was open at the time.
You're
I
right.
couldn't
Yeah.
go to UK, couldn't go
Yeah.
anywhere else, you know.
Also, UFC did in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Everyone's
Exactly.
like, that's the
Like
only
all
place
the fighters
open.
around the world were going to train in Dubai, you know.
So-
So yeah, I trained there for a month. It was a decent training camp, and yeah, I had the fight.
Alhamdulillah. That's crazy. And like I said, that we were saying before how so many athletes, fighters, kind of lost their career in COVID because everything was closed.
Yeah.
But for you to get that opening, alhamdulillah,
Yes,
and then to take it, you had to take it.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't take it, you literally, it was grab or go. Like,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So and then UAE Warriors, that was obviously
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah,
biggest ones in the Middle East.
Yeah.
That's
I was
the
lucky to
fight
be on
when
that
you got
show.
in UAE Warriors, right?
Yeah.
You
The
just
first one, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
One fight in UAE Warriors, or was it 2? Or?
No, all my fights up
Oh, you-
until
okay.
till now was on UAE Warriors. Yeah.
Nice.
So 4 fights.
All in Dubai and
Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
huh? Okay, nice.
How do you find you? Because it's one of the biggest promotions in like
Yeah.
you know in the whole region.
Yeah,
It's
it's really popular.
so like
there.
really
obviously
good, yeah.
like the UK, obviously the level of fighting is amazing,
Yes.
but when you come to the Khalij, the quality of the actual shows, they've got the
Yes,
lights, they've got
exactly.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's
it's a
amazing
different
here.
thing.
Yeah.
In the UK,
yeah.
maybe
you
you've
feel
got
like you're really pro, you know,
yeah,
level.
yeah.
You know?
The UK is streets, you know, everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
So when you go,
Yeah.
there when you
You're
come
like
to
you
Khalij,
warm up in a basketball court in
Yeah.
the back. You know? It's different.
bro,
Yeah.
there's a
yeah.
tiny little mat in the UK you warm up here. But then you come here, it's professional, the
Yeah.
lights, you got
Yeah.
the branding on TV.
Yeah, you've seen
like
it now
big
in Abu
stadiums
Dhabi
as well.
and
So yeah,
Saudi.
it must be amazing to know that.
Yeah, it was a really good experience. You know, it sets you up for the pro scene. You know, you feel
true.
like you're on different level
Yeah,
now. You know,
real.
so
It's
yeah, it's a very
amazing.
good experience. Yeah,
Inshallah, your next fight's hopefully in Saudi Arabia. I hope so.
inshallah. I
Inshallah.
hope so. I'm
Come
waiting
on,
to hear
guys.
some news. You know,
Yeah.
inshallah.
How did you feel on that when you found out that Bellator just came through? You know,
Yeah.
that's
True.
that's unreal. You know,
Yeah.
you got mashallah. You got. How did it feel when that came through?
So I've been kind of hearing from them for like a couple of years, back and forth. Oh, do you want to fight? Maybe, and then it really falls through, But then I was training, like always, just waiting for a fight. And then my manager contacted me. They had it was like 2 weeks notice from for the Bellator London card.
Oh,
And yeah, I thought it was a great opportunity. It's a big
you're
card.
ready.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
London.
training.
And yeah, it's great, and I was training
London.
anyways.
Nice.
Half
I
your
was ready.
teammates are from London, so it would have been
Yeah,
all
yeah,
your support.
I had like two of the guys in the gym on that card as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Nice.
So I was thinking I was going anyway to
Yeah,
attend,
with your team.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so I obviously didn't have a time to have a proper camp.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about just 2 weeks, make the weight, maybe think of a strategy for the fight,
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what we did, make the weight. It was I felt good. Everything was worked perfect,
Yeah, yeah.
And then after I made the weight, I went to have breakfast. I came back down. We checked on. Obviously, we asked the promoters and the guys that were working there. Did my opponent make the weight?
Yeah.
And they were like, "This she still didn't show up, And the
Damn.
time was up. So obviously they checked up on her, and she had fainted in the room and everything. Yeah.
For making weight, she was tired.
Yeah, I think
That
it
was
a
the last
bad
one
wake
that
up.
we.
Yeah, that was the last
We were
one.
waiting on it. We were waiting
Yeah,
on
but
it.
it's
You
God's
did
plan. I
yeah.
do what I can.
You did what you had to.
Alhamdulillah, whatever
Alhamdulillah.
happens, happens.
And I think
uh,
we're
good.
saying that she fainted is at least she went the whole way. Some people
Yeah,
they quit
but-
because
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
No,
Carlos,
no,
like,
don't
yeah,
wanna
it was
she
say
went
bad.
the whole way.
Yes,
you know.
yes. She had to be rushed to hospital. She was
Oh,
in a coma for a month or so.
Whoa.
Yeah. Thankfully, she's okay now. She's back home.
Alhamdulillah.
I wish her all the best. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a sport. Like,
No,
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Well, alhamdulillah, you did your bit. You did, and alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
you got paid. You got your purse. and
Yes, alhamdulillah.
you're a Bellator fighter.
Yep,
Yeah.
You're
yep.
proving your dedication by making weight.
The whole country knows who you are now. As soon as we said All Clothing, now we got Eman Al Mudhaf. Everyone's talking and saying Eman Al Mudhaf. She's so known here. So what
I-
you've done to the sport as a woman is insane. Mashallah.
Inshallah, more to come.
Inshallah.
It's,
Can't wait for that.
inshallah.
But now you, like you said, with PFL now in Saudi, you don't have
Yeah.
to go to London. You can come here, your back
Yeah,
door, and
exactly.
after the last PFL Mina,
Oh.
Yeah.
that's where you want to be.
They're-
Like,
They're
You were
evolving.
there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to 3 of them. First one
Nice.
was Abdullah Salim, his first fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy. Everything, the lights was amazing, but the venue wasn't
Yeah.
crazy. The second time it keeps evolving. Then we went
Really?
to
Yeah.
Battle of the Giants, and Ganu was fighting.
Oh, that was a great card.
Oh, it was
That
insane.
yeah.
The VIP section, it was
Yeah.
amazing. Every time I go, it's evolving like crazy.
Wow.
So
And
I
those guys
hope-
over there know how to put on a show as well.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
last month we went to the UFC in Power Slap.
oh yeah,
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 Saudi Arabia. It's
Unbelievable.
beautiful.
That's why,
Wow.
like, when you see what they're doing, the hosting and
yeah.
And it was shocking, the same place that they did Power Slap,
Mhm.
the next day was UFC in the same venue.
Wow.
How did you guys do all the posters? The roads
Yeah,
were
that's-
all posters of Power Slap. The second day was all UFC. It was
Wow.
amazing. Can't wait for you
That's
to
on
fight
the
there.
next
You're gonna
level.
love it. It's
Inshallah.
insane.
and they had this
Yeah.
huge area like fan attraction, all the different games, punching
Yeah,
machines.
yeah.
And it wasn't just an event. You could
Yep.
spend hours in there.
Really.
And then we were actually with Mohammed Mokev in the
Nice.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
So,
nice.
that was crazy. So out of all the different martial arts, which one's 'cause karate?
Yeah.
Which one's your?
Uh,
I know you're well rounded. You love to do everything, but
Yeah, wrestling obviously.
Wrestling, yeah.
Yeah. I love wrestling.
Nice.
It's just ever since I learned my first takedown,
yeah.
I just want to learn more and more.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think my coaches, both of my coaches are more grapplers, so
Okay.
I think that is a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you find the caliber in the UK compared to the other country? Because like we said
Yeah.
before, it's real. It's the streets.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, we're privileged here. Everyone's got a backup plan.
Yeah.
But in the UK,
Yeah.
everyone's broke.
Mhm.
Lots
Yeah.
of people
Yeah.
are literally fighting
Yeah.
for everything, and it's tough. The rounds are harder.
100%. Yeah. It's a different mentality for the fighters over here, over there.
Yeah.
It's different here as well, but I think everyone has a different drive, when it comes to the sport.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously for us it's different. We're more privileged and all, but I think if you leave everything and just go for fighting as a career, it
Yeah.
also shows how much you want it,
Yeah, true.
That's true.
and how much you love the game,
Yeah. Did you travel different places in the UK to train, or?
Now really I'm mostly in. I've been to different places, but not to train.
Yeah.
I'm just based in London, obviously,
yeah.
because
You
a
got
big part
everything
of it, yeah, is my coaches as well.
Yeah,
you
you got
know,
everything
I
there.
think and it's they're really good coaches, and I click well with them. I think that's very important as well.
Yeah.
You know.
How's Brad One Punch Pickett, the legend?
Yeah.
The One
He's
Punch.
obviously Iman trains at Great Britain top team, and Brad One Punch Pickett is like the OG
Yes.
in the UK. One Punch. He was known for his devastating
Yeah.
power. He's a legend, and now alhamdulillah he's got his own gym, and now you come. How was it? How was that?
I think that when he started the gym, that's like a game changer for everyone over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know, especially in London, all the pro fighters,
Yeah.
because he just created this amazing gym with high level training, especially the pro trainings in the morning, where
Okay.
all these fighters come. It's like if you go show up to a session, you find like 40, 50 fighters sometimes. You know, from different weight classes. So that's very important. You know, to spar with
Yeah.
different guys. You know, whether it's MMA sparring or wrestling.
That's true.
And so when you go to a fight, it's like you've seen everything before, all
Yeah.
different styles,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I think this is very important, and the different like trainings he does, you know, the team spirit and
Yeah, yeah,
everything,
yeah.
you know. I think it's great what he's done over there.
That's amazing.
I've seen it. I see the pictures. They've voted so many people. It's all different
Some-
fighters are
some
going.
guys come from a lot of people come from Europe, you know, from different countries just to come and train with us over
Wow.
there, you know.
Wow.
So it's amazing.
I like One Punch. There's only 4 people to ever beat Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah,
He's one of them, huh?
Yeah.
One of the 4 people to ever
Wow.
beat
Nigel.
Demetrius Johnson.
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
That is something. 'cause
That's true.
Demetrius Johnson is like
He's
arguably
a
one of the top
beast,
5
yeah.
ever to fight.
yeah. He's a legend.
You know,
Demetrius,
so,
yeah.
How do you see like the MMA or the like martial arts evolving here, especially in the Middle East? Like besides
Yeah.
like PFL and all that, even like people from Kuwait are
Yeah.
training. They're going like full time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And
not
they're
just a
traveling
hobby.
to
Yeah,
learn and train in different places. I think
And-
that's great, you know.
and you're doing it full time. You know, so.
Yeah.
How do you convince your family too? Like, I'm gonna do this full time. You know, that's
At first, I didn't try to convince him. I just doing it, you know. I was like, that's a good and a bad thing, you know. I'm that I have like that kind of personality, you know. If I believe in something, I would just then it's very
Definitely.
hard to stop me. you know?
that's amazing. That's
You know?
amazing.
But they've come along after a while, you know. They
Yeah.
understand. I'm very grateful to have supporting family, you know.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So alhamdulillah.
Especially when they see you knocking out everyone. So
Yeah. As long as I'm okay, you know. That's
Yeah.
like so. The first thing I do when I finish a fight is I call my mom because she's always like anxious and worried, and
Yeah.
they never watch my fights.
Yeah.
They
So I
watch it
call-
after or
Sometimes after, yeah,
Okay.
and I prefer it that way. Like my mom, don't watch, you know.
Same.
She's like, "Are you okay? You know, is your opponent okay?" I'm like, "It's not supposed to be okay, but okay, you know, she's okay. She'll live, you know." It's like, but alhamdulillah, you know,
amazing. That's
I'm very
amazing.
grateful. Yeah.
Did you find obviously being a Muslim, then being a hijabi, was there a lot of like? Do you find any barriers when even like obviously even in UK it's different, it's
Yeah.
not normal, you
Yeah.
know. Do you feel any barriers, any back? Like was it hard to break in? Because I remember when I first started, I was in Liverpool
Yeah.
and Manchester, different places. But going into the gym, being like one of the only brown people,
Yeah.
one of the only Muslims,
Mhm.
it was hard at first, you know.
Yeah.
So you
course,
must have
yeah.
felt that, and it's weird, but you just got to fight through it, you know.
Yeah.
That's what really like separate. Did you find that?
Yeah, so when it comes to going to like fighting gyms, I'm like used to adversity, obviously from Kuwait as well,
Yeah.
because here is different. It's not about fighting in a hijab or being Muslim. It's about being a girl in the all
That's
like
true, yeah.
man-denominated sport, you know,
Aiwa.
like male spaces. You know,
Yeah,
nobody wants you,
yeah.
you know,
That's
there.
stupid. But
So that was, but because I just loved it a lot, you know, and I felt like it was my right, obviously, to be there and
definitely.
do this as well, you know. So I'm used to go in places where some people maybe in the start they're like not wanted very much, you know.
Yeah.
But then you obviously prove yourself with the training
You earn
and
the respect.
dedication. Exactly. You have to obviously work twice as hard as any guy that walks in,
Definitely,
but
yeah.
you know, I'm used
definitely.
to it. It's fine. You know?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wallah.
And it's the
Respect.
same when you go to the UK. Obviously, it's not you being a girl. Maybe
Yeah.
at the start is like you wearing a hijab and all.
Hijab.
But in London, it's different. To be honest, it's
More
very
mixed.
accepting.
Yeah.
I was
Lot of
surprised.
Muslims
Like
there,
it's
yeah.
amazing. You know.
Sah.
Not like I've never had any problems going to a gym with a hijab.
Yeah. London's becoming more and more accepting. Like
Yes, exactly. London.
there was some gyms like when I was there. So I was the only brown person. I was the only Muslim. And
Wow.
I was from Manchester, so they hate you in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Anyway. There's so many young people. So it was, and then I remember when Habib fought Connor.
Yeah.
Everybody was all Connor, and then I was like Habib, and nobody talked to me. Literally, it was you felt
crazy.
at times, but then
Yeah.
you work hard, you earn the respect, and nobody says
Yeah.
anything.
That's true.
Exactly. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So Where do you? What's next? What do you want to fight? Have you got a timeline or what's coming up, or are you just waiting for the call?
Yeah,
Staying
so
ready?
I'm waiting for the call, obviously. I'm staying ready, waiting for the PFL to get back to me.
Yeah,
So hopefully,
Inshallah.
inshallah, I'll get
Inshallah.
some good news soon.
Inshallah.
And yeah, get back into it. It's been a long time now.
How many months
Yeah.
now since your last
Well,
fight?
my last fight was January 2025. Was it
20,
2024?
24. Oh,
That's
it's almost,
crazy.
yeah, it's more than a
It's
year.
about a year and a few months,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I've been training non-stop ever since, So
Mashallah.
I've gone crazy.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You'll get
But
it. You'll
inshallah,
get it.
the time will
Inshallah.
come,
Inshallah.
You
Will
gonna
be
go back
worth
to the
it.
UK soon then?
Yes, next in a few days, next Tuesday. Yeah. I'm going
Okay,
back.
okay, nice, nice.
Mhm.
Okay, how just for until the fight comes then?
Yes, yeah. Stay
Yeah.
ready,
Yeah.
and wait for that call.
Nice,
Obviously.
nice.
Inshallah.
What were you like your inspirations when you grew up and like what was it? Was it movies? Was it just like
Yeah.
what brought you towards martial arts? What was the pull?
So ever since I can remember, I loved sports. I did different kinds of sports, and I always wanted to be like doing competitive sports. I didn't know what it was, but I just bounced from one to the other. And I think, and doing different sports, I always like contact, contact sports. Like I would like be that kind of person that would shove people in a game or something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it
I,
like
let's say like football, playing with my
football,
cousins.
yeah.
I suck at football. I'm not good.
defense or
No, I play with my cousins, in
Okay.
on the weekends, but
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at all, actually. But I was just like kind of give an elbow here and there, shove people. That's how I would get the ball, So I like contact sports,
You were doing flying elbows in soccer
yes,
before,
yes.
like
Yeah,
you're supposed
if
to.
the ref don't see it, don't count, It's okay. But yeah, I think I think it's from movies. Maybe I first got first introduced. Those kind of Chinese kung fu movies.
Jackie
and-
Chan, Jet Li,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
OG
yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Rocky.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
Not Kung
everybody
Fu
watched
Hustle
them.
though.
Kung Fu Panda, bro. No, they were. Sadly, they've gone out of date because of MMA came in and all these Jackie Chan guys.
Yeah.
They lost. Became Bushido.
Yeah. You realize it was not not real.
But then Rocky still.
Yeah, Rocky's different. It's boxing.
So on that,
Yeah.
do you have anything like training camp fights? But do you watch anything? Does anything like? Do you have a routine? Like, do you watch Rocky before a fight or?
Nah, not really.
No.
What gets you ready
Nah.
before a fight? Like, do you have like something that gets you excited before the fight, or is it like what do you usually do and to
Like,
get
I
ready?
don't really have a specific routine because if something gets messed up, then it gets into your head,
That's true.
So I don't like that a lot. I just like a normal day,
Okay.
just a day going to training.
Nice.
I just go through the steps from the fight week to the weight cut, like take it one step at a time, To not overthink of the next step. I think it just gets overwhelmed sometimes.
Yeah. How does Islam in religion play a part in your being an athlete? Because
Yeah.
it plays a big part. And alhamdulillah, now we've got Habib and these guys that are helping us give strength to us training as well. Where before it was very hard to showcase it.
Yeah.
I remember in the UK, before Habib gave us that strength to be like proud of who we were, it was very hard to show that you're Muslim and fight at the same time.
Yeah.
Habib came and
100%.
as soon as he did that, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Muslim now
That's
they
true.
do
Everyone's
sujood
like-
every time.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world, they win a fight, they do sujood.
Yep.
Alhamdulillah, Habib gave us that. How was that for?
I think yes. I think this kind of sport brings you closer to your faith.
Right,
whatever
right.
it is. I think it's very important because it's a very hard sport. And the daily grind, and all of this, and
Definitely,
disappointments as well. Especially for me, it's like believing the greater plan. God's
well.
plan.
Yep.
I think it helped me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you
Definitely,
so many
yeah.
different things about like even like the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he's like one of his sunnahs was to wrestle. So when
Yes.
you do
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
sports and you think about like why the behind them, it's like it is amazing.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
like
Discipline, the
yeah,
plan,
yeah.
like you don't
and,
even.
like you said, everything God plan and things like these is that you
Yeah.
can train the hardest. But something happens last minute.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you gotta
Yeah.
stay humble.
Yeah.
Get an
definitely.
injury or something. Like one of the
Yeah.
guys, he got an injury like 2 days before his fight, and you gotta like
That's
it's
hard.
God's plan,
Yeah.
you
you-
have
you-
to. And
Maybe there's something
Exactly.
better for you at the end.
Exactly.
So
Definitely.
it does give you strength.
Yeah. Definitely.
How do you how do you see? Is there an increase in females doing martial arts? Have you seen that in Kuwait? Have you seen it?
Yeah, especially jiu-jitsu, I think. Jiu-jitsu is
Yeah.
growing a lot in Kuwait.
That's
like,
true.
The guys, they're really like high level,
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best martial arts in Kuwait. You know,
Yeah.
I see now a lot of girls. Like when I first started doing jiu-jitsu here, it was it was like
Not a lot of
no,
gyms
no,
also.
nobody
Yeah.
want nobody wants to train you or train with you either. You know, it was a big
Yeah.
problem. But now a lot of gyms accept girls. You know,
That's
and
true.
it's really good.
To be honest, since I came to Kuwait, majority of my clients are all females.
Really,
Yeah,
wow.
honestly, kickboxing,
Yeah,
all of them since the 3 years
Yeah.
I've been, and my most dedicated clients are females.
Nice.
The number,
Yeah.
and they're all just loving it. They're
Yeah.
all like they found the love, honest dedication and ability wise as well. Unbelievable,
Wow.
unbelievable.
That's
So
good to hear.
I think just to maybe the next fight for them to fight, they're not there. They still love it. Maybe to jump to the next. That's the next
yeah.
step.
Yeah.
But at least they're doing it. Honestly,
And not too much ego like the guys.
Yeah, yeah.
The guys have like
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
it's
of
like,
ego here, especially in
I've
Kuwait.
seen
Yeah,
that,
oh, it is crazy.
At least you like the girls here. They know, you know. If
Yeah.
I'm not ready,
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
guys here are crazy. So
But look,
no offense, guys.
but look, at least the girls are putting in the work. Honestly, my female clients and students, majority, and they're always dedicated. They're always there.
Yeah.
And now, when you give them an opening, like this male coach that's doing it, they're rushing towards it.
Yeah.
You give them an opening now,
Yeah.
they're like, yes, we can do it, and
Nice.
we've got a safe, comfort environment to do it.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
good
think
to hear.
inshallah, you yourself, and the more you take, the more people follow you, and you're an inspiration, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I know, and
No, what you've done, mashallah, is crazy. Like a lot of females are looking up to you, and a lot of even males. Everyone like has been saying
Alhamdulillah.
what you've done, even though you say you haven't done a lot, but you've done a lot.
Yeah. Well,
It's
Alhamdulillah.
inspiring to a lot of people here, especially in Kuwait.
thank
so
you, brother. Thank
That's amazing.
is there any female fighters that you look up to yourself?
you. I don't know if like I like their styles, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Valentina Shevchenko, I think, is
oh,
my
yeah.
favorite, probably. Yeah.
Beast.
She's well rounded, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
and she's like she's still on the top of the game,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, she wasn't tough. I think she was one of the coaches just now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's
Her
amazing.
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Like her
Even-
coaching
even her
meals
grappling is
also.
Yeah,
good, you
good.
know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's very, very well.
Yeah, she beat a lot of grapplers
Yeah,
in
yeah.
grappling, you know. So
She
I always
beat-
look up to Muhammad Ali's daughter.
yeah.
She's world champion. Amazing.
in
fighter.
boxing. Or?
Yeah, boxing.
Okay, I don't know.
Amazing. Amazing. She's been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah.
And to be Muhammad Ali's daughter as well.
Yeah,
You know,
that's-
she
that's,
didn't need
that's
it.
hard.
That's
She didn't
true,
need
she
it.
got
She's
it.
got
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
But she was very, very good.
Mashallah.
What's obviously Amanda Nunes was good. What's the other one called? The striker. I think.
The Polish girl.
Yeah.
Joanna.
Yeah,
You
Jeff-
wanna-
I don't know how to
Yeah, yeah,
pronounce
you
her
wanna-
last
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
You
she's
wanna-
amazing.
Yeah, she's really
I
good.
loved her
She's a
style.
good
Wow.
yeah.
Her style
And
was.
she puts up good fights, like with the Chinese girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was good.
That was
She's
she
good
came
as
out with
well.
Hiba
As well
Toma?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was crazy.
It's like a
That's too
head on
much.
top of it.
But honestly,
Wow,
that was
that's
still
crazy.
But she fought like
Oh.
standing there
Yeah.
toe to toe, very, very aggressive.
Yeah, she has a good, really good Muay Thai background as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, very good. So you see the development of female fighters, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Ronda will still always be the best grappler.
Yeah, I think she opened the door for all the women and
grappling.
Yeah.
females, you know,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well to enter the
She
UFC. That was
a
big,
big
you
one.
know.
She was,
Yeah.
she was OG, and her grappling skills.
Yeah,
She take down at that black belt Olympic judo level is.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, what do you think is like the most important martial art to start with if you want to do MMA? From your experience.
I would say wrestling.
Okay.
It's a great base, you know. If you
Okay.
know wrestling, then you're confident with your striking as well,
Yeah.
you know. And you can take people down whenever you want. You dictate the grappling,
Yeah.
and also you're confident to strike because you're going forward. You're not afraid of takedowns.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of people that come from striking backgrounds, when you see them transfer to MMA, they're a bit hesitant.
Get
You
on
know,
the ground
you have
too.
to go forward and commit
Yeah.
with their strikes because
That's
they're
true.
worried of the takedown.
Yeah.
But that's how I see it, at least. You know?
No, it's true. It's like a wrestler can Habib pick up striking so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you go from a striker to pick up wrestling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we see so many
Exactly.
wrestlers. Since the
Yeah.
Dagestan came, all the kickboxers got
Yeah,
striking.
they're all training now with them. So
Yeah.
to learn the grappling, the jiu-jitsu, and are you?
Even,
Go ahead.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah, you saw what happened just now. So
It was close. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you see, you got the cage control, and
he'll be back hopefully.
I think then you get the ultimate.
Yeah, big Alex Ferrer fan.
Yeah,
I'm
Is it? I can see that.
I'm huge because he's
Yeah.
like, I was in like just a situation. I was like, oh, Alex,
Yeah, he broke a lot of hearts. So.
Charmer. And
But no,
one of our good friends is Carlos, Coach Carlos. He's Brazilian.
Okay, nice.
So we're all like, Charmer, Charmer.
Yeah.
but I'm glad Ankalaev won
Yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah.
hopefully we're going to Dagestan. We're gonna go see
Oh,
the
nice.
guys there.
Are you?
Yeah,
All right.
so at least we'll see him hopefully, and we'll
Nice.
But you
learn
see-
some grappling there.
Oh, definitely.
You gotta learn some grappling. You're a kickboxer, so
But even seeing him, Ankalaev is striking against. He was hitting.
Yeah, he
hitting
was.
Pereira.
That was
Pereira's one of the
shocking,
best,
man.
like at his level kickboxing, but he's getting hit so many times. I was like,
Yeah.
they're learning everything very fast. The
Yeah,
Dagestan
They are.
fighters.
Yeah.
And they're even winning in one championship as well. One of the champions was a Russian Dagestani. So they're dedicated and they
Yeah.
just take over everything. But
Great.
wrestling
and
is,
the level there over there is really high as well.
Yeah,
Like imagine growing up wrestling with I don't know, soon to be Olympic champions every day. You know?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
know? So that's why I think that's what brings the level up there as
Yeah.
well.
Have you been to any other different countries to train, or have you any experiences that have taught you?
Yeah, like when I did Muay Thai, I went to Thailand, I went to
Nice.
Norway to a coach I know over there to train,
Nice.
like kind of different places. But right now, I don't want like
You got
you know,
everything in London.
yeah, exactly.
Everything.
And for me, I need to, for me is working with my coaches is very important, you know.
The ones that you
Okay.
trust and everything.
Yes, and we have kind of a plan. We know how to work with each other, what we need to work on,
Yeah.
So I think for me that's important,
Yeah, definitely.
How was Thailand? Like in Muay Thai? Were you in Bangkok or in Phuket?
I went to Samui.
Okay. So
Yeah.
How was training there?
It was really good. It was
Not a
like
lot of
the typical
tourists?
Thai experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a smaller island, so it's less. Yeah, it was at Lamai gym.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good training. Yeah,
Because I hear like a lot of tourists there. It's not like in
Yeah.
Phuket, but
I think
Bangkok
maybe
is.
in Phuket or
Yeah. Bangkok,
different.
they say it's more focused
Yeah.
on the locals and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
I think so. Yeah,
really want to train there. Huh?
Yeah,
You should go there.
yeah, you
hopefully.
should. Yeah,
Hopefully. It's Thailand. I think we'll go Dagestan.
After
yeah,
Dagestan.
definitely.
We'll go.
Dagestan, I want to experience that, like that conditioning.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
that going. It's
Yeah.
not just technique, but
Yeah.
these guys 3-4 hours of hard work.
Mhm.
Then you hear, okay, we're doing sprints afterwards. You know, I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
experience
Yeah,
the
yeah,
grind.
yeah.
What makes running up a mountain,
Mhm.
chili, rock
Ali, you
throwing,
should be
and all
ready.
this.
Yeah. Ali,
Mhm.
be ready for that. You gotta train.
I know you're coming, huh? I'm fine. No, but inshallah. Even Brazil as well. I want to experience the kickboxing, Brazilian kickboxing.
Yeah.
And Coach Carlos, he trains with Jose Aldo's team.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
obviously he's got the
Jose Aldo is a great striker.
he's one of my
No,
my favorite
yeah.
fighter of all
That's
time.
good.
He's amazing.
I think he's the top 3 most takedown defenses.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and from a striker,
Yeah, wow.
nobody
that's
could take him down. Top 3.
No.
That's amazing. And number 1 is John Jones, which obviously nobody
Yeah,
can take down.
obviously, yeah.
So for Jose Aldo to be up there,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
John
so-
Jones has a good grappling background as well, wrestler. You know?
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu and everything.
yeah.
So I want to check out. There's a few places I want to.
Nice.
Did you on the tour Holland?
Yeah.
'Cause they've got the
Alright.
Dutch-
Oh
Dutch-
yeah,
The
yeah.
OG Dutch kickboxing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I always
they have a
wanted to
lot
go
of
there
people
back in when I used to do kickboxing. You know.
How was it
Kickboxing
there?
the movie, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's the Dutch style. I like the
Dutch-
Dutch style, kind of like, because it's kind of boxing with kicks. You know,
Yeah, but what I was saying to you yesterday,
combinations.
so
and-
the Brazilian and the Dutch very similar, explosive with the power, more
Yeah,
hands, more
yeah.
legs. So I,
I
do
like
want to
this style.
experience that. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Dutch drills. I love
yeah,
Dutch.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
Dutch
yeah,
drills.
those yeah, the same.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to the next generation? Like, how would you? What were the most important things, inside and outside, like for being an athlete and a fighter?
Obviously, the first thing is to be disciplined. I think you know,
Definitely,
because
yeah.
if you whatever you want to do in life, I think if you don't have discipline, you're not going to reach anything. You know?
That's true.
And then just believe in what you're doing. You know, find the right people to train with and work hard. That's it. Stay
Yeah.
focused and work hard. You know?
Yeah. I think one of the things I've just noticed from talking to you, you're very loyal to your team, and a lot of fighters, they jump ship every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like literally, one gym has a new sign, it looks shiny on Instagram, they'll jump to
go
that one.
ahead,
Yeah.
They've got no loyalty. But just speaking to you, like, no, I'm good. I've got my team. And
Yeah,
it's
my
really
coach,
beautiful
yeah.
to see that because honestly, you know as well now.
Yep. Yeah.
you've seen over the last week, it's very, very hard in martial arts. Like when things are good, okay, they're with you, but if one loss or something goes bad, they're jumping all around. Even if nothing's going bad, they're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
jumping
They
around.
see what's better for them, you know.
Most
They
put on
what they
Instagram
think,
and-
yeah, what they think is better for them. But it's better. What's better for you is to stick with your team, stick with the people who care about you and
Exactly.
believe in you. So
Yeah.
that's what I've seen
And they
so
see
far.
development every day.
Definitely.
Yeah. They really know you, you know,
Yeah.
know your
Yeah.
strengths, your weaknesses,
That's true.
and how to work with you as well, you know. It's
Yeah.
I think it's important.
And very important. Like even my coaches, my main coaches, they know your game, they know your
Yeah.
weaknesses, they see your development. And you just trust them, and you know, inshallah, you'll get there.
Inshallah.
Definitely.
right.
Anything you want to shout out to the gym?
Oh yeah, Thunders.
Yeah. Okay. Big shout out to Thunder's Gym for letting us use the space, for hooking us up today. Much appreciated. And guys, check them out.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
They got
Anything else? Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys for the
you.
support always
course.
and for having me here today.
and hopefully we'll get like exclusive merch for Eman Al Mudhaf.
Inshallah.
Her
Thank
own
you,
logo,
brother,
her
thank
own
you.
sponsor, her own T-shirts and hoodies. You guys just
This
wait
guy's
for that.
the master for like all the
Is it?
graphic
I hope so.
design.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really sorry
I really
I'm
like your
late. I'm
designs,
really
you know. I was
I
telling him the
appreciate
hoodies
it.
and them are really cool.
We
Yeah.
went
I'm
to see
so
the
glad
one
you
power
like-
slap.
No,
It was like a hand with in Arabic.
Tabi Kef.
really? Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Send one over.
In Saudi, they thought that we were part of the team because we seen power slap blue.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he did one for Riyadh with the
Nice.
camel with the glasses.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that one. I have it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's cool.
But
He's
we'll-
gonna hook you up. Trust me,
Yeah,
when
right,
it comes to
nice.
graphics, I don't even talk to
We'll
him.
make
I'm set
exclusive
for
merch.
UK winter now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
inshallah.
Maybe some rain or something.
Inshallah. Let's see.
But no,
Nice.
thank you.
We
It's been a
got you.
pleasure. And
Thank you.
honestly,
Thank
from
you so
training to
much.
this, amazing vibe, amazing personality. Inshallah, we'll see you soon, and we're gonna be with you all the way. Inshallah.
Thank you so
Hopefully
much.
we'll be
thank
in
you.
the UK soon. Hopefully to
Oh,
go
great.
to
Definitely.
See
Manchester.
you guys
Definitely.
there then.
And we're gonna train,
Definitely.
inshallah. Next time you're
Yeah.
Kuwait or when I come to UK, we'll definitely get some sessions.
Inshallah,
Inshallah.
for sure. We have to do that.
Inshallah.
Thank you
Ali
so
as well,
much,
huh?
Eman. Yalla, Ali. Yalla.
Thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Amazing support since Riyadh. The numbers on YouTube and all social media have been amazing. Thank you guys. We've got a great Ramadan vlog training, many more podcasts to be released from Saudi, and more to come, inshallah. Thank you guys. Thank you.